What's up, people? It's the 1st of May. Happy May Day. Cheers. I have a specific topic I'd like to address in this video. It won't take long. I'm a longtime Genesis fan. Big fan. Big fan. Got turned on to Genesis when they released Foxtrot. I noticed the records in the store, Nursery Crime. I can still remember the first time I saw the cover and noticed the girl whacking the heads. And it was a little unsettling. I didn't know what to think until I heard them. And when I heard them, to be honest with you, Watcher of the Skies was frightening. I was only 16 or 17 at the time, and just a mess psychologically because of religion, as well as my own depression that was really coming on strong at that time. But it was what I was looking for, so it was frightening, but it was also a revelation. So I follow Genesis, have been following them all my adult life. When Phil Collins took over A Trick of the Tail, what an album. What an amazing, fantastic album. Truly one of Genesis's best albums. But here's something. I was watching Rail in NYC, the guy who does the videos where he goes behind, he takes apart albums, He's been doing that with Genesis, and he's done it with Yes. Good job. And he has access to tapes, stuff where you're hearing alternate takes and you're hearing only parts of the mixes and stuff, which is very cool. He strikes me as a very astute and loving fan of Genesis music. But I have to bring this up, and I know I'm not tripping because I just checked it again. I watched the Duke, the making of Duke again last night. Really enjoyed it. And is this the white vinyl version? I happened to pull, yes, this is. I have like 3 or 4 versions of this on vinyl. And this one's good. The yellow vinyl version of Trick of the Tail, my copy is bad. But what I wanted to point out here is that in discussing the big hit Misunderstanding on the album here, people always refer to it as being Beach Boys-esque. And in the video, they played this one song, I think it's off of Surf's Up, which is similar to Misunderstanding. But the first time I heard Misunderstanding, when the album first came out, I immediately heard the bass line that they got from Sly and the Family Stone, and I have never heard anyone else mention this. Hot Fun in the Summertime. It's in a different key, but the bass line is exactly the same. And it doesn't have to do with whether or not you plucked one of the notes twice or just once. The progression, da, 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 it's the same. It's exactly the same as on here. And I just find that perplexing sometimes. It's like, why is this happening? Misunderstanding, huge hit. The bass line is Larry Graham's original. Hot Fun in the Summertime. I'm not bringing this up about money at all. It's more like, really? Y'all can't hear this? It's plain as day. If you have this, go play it. Play Hot Fun in the Summertime all the way to the chorus. And then play Misunderstanding. And that's all. That's all. I was just perplexed. I said, come on, that bass line is straight from Sly and the Family Stone. Why does no one acknowledge that? I'd be willing to bet, and I'm not a betting person, but you hear what I'm saying. I'd be willing to bet that if you asked Phil Collins, did you get that from Sly? Did you? Now, was it subliminally something that, just popped up and then you didn't realize where you heard it? I'd love to ask him. That's what I wanted to share. I wanted to say again, if I didn't say it strong enough, that one of the best parts of the record show that I went to yesterday here in Omaha was the social aspect. I don't watch videos, generally speaking, but I'm part of the community. I love the sense of community. I have been a record collector all my life, and so people know who I am. It's like I was looking at some pictures on Facebook today from yesterday that someone posted, and I'm seeing these people who talk to me like I'm supposed to know them, and then I see their name, and it's like, I don't remember who this person is, but maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe it's just part of the fact of how, well known I am at this time, and it's still registering. But that was really fun talking to, and the other thing when you're looking, and then the next person to you chimes in with a story about a record that they see you looking at. You don't even know the person. I love it. It happened several times yesterday. I love that camaraderie and that opportunity that we have to share these moments with others who might appreciate the importance, the personal importance. One fellow was telling me about seeing Jan Ackerman while I was looking in a Prague session and passed a couple of Focus albums because I have them all. That was a real nice moment. I heard from I'm just waking up. Guy Segers from Universe Zero and Eclectic Maybe Band. He got in touch with me to inform me that these guys in this band, Doubt, are also in his band, Eclectic Maybe Band. I hadn't looked closely enough to see that, but he sent me a message yesterday. We talked a little bit, and I'll probably have Guy on again to talk about stuff, about music more in depth. But that was nice to find out, and I wasn't really all that surprised that these good musicians working in this area, that there would be an association with other great musicians. That is something I do like about the development of my involvement with records, the vinyl community, and interacting with people in social media, is befriending people whose records I've been buying since the 70s. It was just a brief exchange about Hugh Hopper's 1984, but it was me talking to Charles Hayward of This Heat, also with Dave Newhouse of the Muppets. That's cool. I mean, when I was a kid, I would dream about being able to do stuff like this. Feeling like I'm one of them, and I am. With that in mind, tonight, Acid Mother's Temple with Ron Anderson on bass. They're in Kansas City tonight. I'm not going to go. I'm not into the drive. That's the bottom line. I told Ron that I approached my longtime concert friend Frank if he would be interested in driving down for the show. And he expressed some interest, but ultimately decided not to. If Frank had said let's go, I'd have gone. But I don't feel like doing that drive alone. It looks like it's going really well, Ron, if you happen to see this, which I kind of doubt you will because you're on the road busy. But I'm seeing your posts. Looks like you're having a great time. And I would love to see you with Acid Mother's Temple. I'd love to meet you, and I hope that happens one day. I do. So once again, that's play Misunderstanding, and then play Hot Fun in the Summertime. And here, the bass lines are the same, different key. I had got into this yesterday. Time and Tide by Greenslade. Never liked the vocals, still don't like the vocals. People tried to tell me, well, he sounds like Freddie Mercury of Queen. Well, he sounds like a bad version of Freddie Mercury. The music on here is tops, though. And Doldrums, the quiet track on side 2, makes the album worth it. And the Patrick Woodruff artwork on the cover, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Anything else? Yes, Murple. Oh, okay, I'll show these. I don't know if the person who sent this to me would happen to see this video. I didn't know anything about this record. These people sent it to me. Every Shape a Diamond. 10 of Diamonds. Just pulled this randomly yesterday, listened to the whole album. This is really good. I guess maybe you could call it post-rock, instrumental. I really got into this. It's like, wow, this is good. It moves from mood to mood. It doesn't repeat itself. There's good playing. This is good. And it's a limited edition. I think there's only 200 copies of this pressed. So I'd like to encourage people. Also, it's in this, you can see through the vinyl. It's not black. This is good. Get it. Every Shape of Diamond. Thank you, whoever you folks, the band sent this to me for review. Josh LaRue, David Pavkovic. Thank you for sending it to me. And this just came out in 2022, so it's not old. This is still new. I was pleasantly surprised at how good, as the record kept playing, it was like, this is good. This is staying good. This just got better. Every Shape of Diamond. I recommend it highly. Another record that I've had for a while that if I put it on and I'm not in the right mood, it comes off right away. Yesterday, it really sang. It really worked. It really enjoyed it. Murple. Sono Murple. One of those Italian progressive rock keyboard bands from the 70s with the cool artwork covers. I love those damn gatefolds. Murple. I think they only made this one album. It starts off kind of, to me, the way it starts isn't so hot. And then it gets better, and it stays better. Murple. Io Sono Murple. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that's what I have to share today. According to disc makers, I may get to the prompt today that the second edition of the CD is done, The Muse. Hoping to get that news today. Something I'm curious about. It appears I had to pay more for the second run than the first, because if I understand what they say, they're going to make a glass master before they run this next 100, which means the first 100 that I sold, it was known, is a professionally made CDR, okay? But these, I'm going to find out when I get them, because I'll open one and look and see, is it a glass mastered CD? Some of you folks may that might make a difference for some people. I've actually in the past had people complain, it's a CDR, it's not a CD. Well, listen, this is, everyone's doing it, and the company I bought it from called it a CD. I'm not fooling nobody. That pissed me off when that happened. And if you happen to watch this and remember that, whoever you are, remember that? We got that straight, because it's like, no, don't be putting that on me. They call it a CD, I call it a CD. I know the difference. The main difference is that CDRs are slightly more vulnerable to scratches and stuff. So, looking forward, hoping that I get the email that they're being shipped today. I actually had 2 copies in the house left over from everything, of selling everything. And I only have one. My friend Nick stopped by yesterday, young man I tell you about every now and then, good friend of mine. Hadn't seen him for a couple of weeks, he's been busy. And things are going well for him, especially regarding school. I don't assume that everyone I know wants one of these, but he insisted on having one. And I said, well, yeah, I got 2 copies in the house. So I sold him one, so I only have one of these left, other than my personal copy. And like I say, I'm looking forward to the next shipment. That would be cool if what I said is true, that they're professionally finalized CDs. Might make a difference. Some of y'all might want to get one of those. Okay, people. Hey, family. Glad things are going better, Stephanie. And Kareem, hoping for good news here soon for you. All right, everybody. Let me know how you're doing.